Dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I'm glad you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now today is the day that the whole world is celebrating International Labor Day. It is expected that all workers will always troop to these events which are organized by trade unions. But here in Kenya, the major one is done at UHURU Park. The sad news is that majority of working class Kenyans, or Kenyans, simply Kenyans, stayed away from that event. If you compare this event of this year, and you can check them from the footages, you compare the event of last year or previous years where RAILA has been attending, you will tell by yourself that here leo Kenyans have stayed away from it. One of the reasons which I believe Kenyans could have stayed away from it is because of ATWOLI. Before I share with you why I think so, please, if you're a first-time viewer who is watching this video for the first time, or a regular viewer who hasn't subscribed, please support this channel by subscribing to it, by hitting the notification bell, and by giving this video a like. So ATWOLI has been seen to be going to bed with the Kenya Kwanza government if the recent statements are anything to go by. ATWOLI, in the last event of KOTU, dubbed a prayer meeting, ATWOLI told Raila Amolo Odinga that no amount of maandamano will change anything, and that he should just desist from maandamano. And he even went further to tell Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta kuachana na mambo ya Jubilee. This was to me an ATWOLI who is echoing the words of Kenya Kwanza. So from those remarks, one can easily tell that ATWOLI is going to bed with the Kenya Kwanza. There is also the issue of 3% deduction for the housing levy, something that most civil servants have said our tacky. But ATWOLI, shockingly, is agreeing to this issue and even suggesting a task force to be formulated to look into this issue extensively. So that means ATWOLI is giving in. The issue of NSSF, whereby the previous policy that has been there of 200 deduction from the employee 200 deduction from the employer, was removed by this government. So ATWOLI supported the new changes, despite the fact that sometimes the courts decided to throw a spanner on this issue, because the courts realized that hii ilikuwa itaburden employers na itaburden pia employees. Because if you are deducted 1,000 and you are only paid 13,000, you see 1,000 is so much, is very, very important to you. Now you can't be told that we are taking this 1,000, but we will give you when you're aged, when you're like 60 years. Because of course, even NSSF is a very, very tricky thing to get. Getting your funds is not easy. I remember there's a friend of mine in Kakamega. I mean, he lives in Nakuru, but he had to go to his ancestral home and do a lot of the signings from the chief, from the DC. I mean, there were so many documentaries so that you can access your funds. You know, it is not easy. So that's why I'm saying that people have decided to stay away from today's event because of ATWOLI's previous remarks. The government recently said there will be deduction on salary for the civil servants. What did ATWOLI say on this issue? ATWOLI has not said no to the matter. So that is ATWOLI trying to protect, people's pay, or is ATWOLI trying to, implement the policies of Kenya Kwanza government? We expect that each and every Labor Day celebration, serikali huwa inaongeza mshahara. I remember during Moi days, and I'll share a small video. During Moi days, you'd see Moi, like on the 1st of May, Moi anasema salary tumeongeza 10%. People would be happy. In fact, those days, those events used to be flocked by so many patriotic Kenyans to a level where by now ilikuwa wakitoka hapa after announcing that salary, watu walikuwa wanainuka wakishangilia na wanaenda zao nyumbani. But you see, in fact, it's not going to be easy because the government has already said tutapunguza mshahara. So the government is not going to say tutaongeza mshahara because already it is indicating itapunguza. Again, the government is saying that tumeshindwa na pesa ya kulipa mshahara, hatuwezi lipa civil servants. You remember last time, I think there in before April, if I'm not wrong, MPs cried foul kwamba hawajalipa mshahara. Civil servants, the county governments, most of county government employees have not been paid salary. Doctors have gone on strike. University dons were threatening to strike also. So this means the issue of salary increment hapa ni kitu ambayo ni kama haitawezekana. So this government is not delivering to the expectations of the common Wanjiku, a common hustler. So that explains why people shied away from attending that meeting. In fact, I saw many people going to work today. People went to work. It's as if it's not an holiday. It's not a holiday just like it used to be. One thing that I know is that tomorrow is going to be another holiday, and that was announced by Raila Odinga because tomorrow is the day for maandamano. That is something that is not, there's nothing that can be done about it, but it will take place. So people have stayed away from today's rally because of ATWOLI and also because of the tough policies from Ruto's administration. Ladies and gentlemen, can you tell us what to think about this below the comment section? And once again, I'd like to urge you to stay safe and stay blessed until we catch up again in our next analysis.